Are you ready?
But look, I'm not going to take any more of your time. I want to introduce a very, very special act onto stage for you. I think he needs a stool, so if you would just bear with me for a second while I grab this for the audience for him, you'll understand why. This guy is totally going to blow you away. I can say that with full confidence. He's one of my favorite acts to watch. I saw him, and he's the very first Bahraini guy ever to take part in our show here in Dhahran. So I want you to really give him a special warm welcome, okay? And he's, you know, a really what I call a fully crafted stand-up comedian. And if you don't know what that means, you're about to find out. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome onto stage one of my favorite comedians to watch, Mr. Ali Fingerz.
What? Yeah. What? I said I can give it to you, but what you gon' do with it? I can give it to you, but what you gon' do? I can give it to you, but what you gon' do with it? I can give it to you, but what?
How's everybody doing? It's a weird looking mic. I just came over from Bahrain to let you know that it's cool. You guys can come back. I'm sorry, they give you any hassle over at the bridge, tell them I said it's all right. You know, tell them my name. Tell them Fingerz said it's cool, we're coming back. They call me over, I'll just pretend like I never seen you in my life. How's everybody doing? Fairly mediocre? What's up? No, I guess, because I'm Bahraini, a lot of people are expecting me to come over here and comment on the political situation, what's going down in B-Town. But like, that politics isn't really my game, you know what I mean? I guess if I could say something about it, is that I hate how everything's so political these days. It's just, everybody's got some political to say, you know? Everybody's got something to add. I mean, I got some friends, right? Who, up until 3 or 4 weeks ago, their only interests in life were PlayStation and shisha. Now they're walking up to me saying, yo man, did you check out what they wrote in the newspapers about your country, about your peoples? Did you read what they said about, you know, the Pearl Roundabout thing? And I'm like, wait a minute, a month ago you guys couldn't even read. Now you're reading papers? What's up with that? And the whole Facebook and Twitter thing, you know? Facebook and Twitter and all the whole social media, it just got so political. You know, you log on and it's politics, 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 politics. You know, it's, and I mean, Facebook is like BBC now. Twitter, CNN. You know, whatever happened to just logging on and poking chicks? Poke your ex-girlfriend. Poke your best friend's wife. He won't mind, it's virtual. Poke people you don't even know. It's just, you know, it just gets to me. But I'm not gonna talk politics because I don't know politics. Oh, I'm Ali Fingerz, by the way. And it ain't a gimmick. My last name is Asbai. I swear, you guys want to see some ID? I've been here 2 days and 45 people in Aramco asked me for ID. Every other cop I run at, cop, security, whatever, they all asking for ID. And it's Aramco, you know, you guys all live here or what? What's up? Yes, no, maybe, sometimes, on the weekends. But like, you know, Aramco, you know, like growing up in Bahrain, we hear a lot about Aramco. We hear about it, but it's like the forbidden planet, you know? It's like Atlantis. You know, you hear about it, but you don't really know if it exists. And all we hear about Aramco back home is that it's a compound where women can drive. It's the only place in Saudi that women can drive. And I'm thinking, what, drive around in a circle? Because the idea of a compound back home is like, you know, a swimming pool with 3 or 4 kids smoking cigarettes. But little did I know, I came here and Aramco's like huge. It's like a country on its own. You know, it's the only place women can drive. I'm thinking they can drive around in a circle. I come over here and they might as well, you know, give the ladies their own Formula 1 track over here. Yeah. It's like, if Aramco ever want to expand their business, make a little bit of more money, you guys can like advertise, you know, you attract women from all over the kingdom. They come over and you sell tickets at the gate and you issue them helmets and you strap them in a car and they just drive all over the place. It'll be awesome, you know. They don't even need to have driver's license. Or do they? I don't know. But like, I came over here like about a year ago. Well, not to Aramco. Well, Jeddah and Riyadh. I did a show in Jeddah and Riyadh with Maz Jabrani and the rest of the guys. Whoa, yeah. And one thing I noticed is that everything's so huge in Saudi. Compared to Bahrain. You know, I come from little ass Bahrain. I learned to appreciate size. Not like that, though, don't get it twisted. Ooh. But like, you know, the roads are bigger, the cars are bigger, the gas stations are bigger, the people are bigger. Even the camels are bigger here. You compare the camels in Saudi to the camels we have back in Bahrain, the camels we got back in Bahrain are like little donkeys. Little donkeys with humps. It's just nuts. And you know, if you really think about how small Bahrain is so small and tiny. On the world map, it looks like a printing error. You can't even find it with a magnifier. You know, just a dot. Just a wee dot. If Saudi was a sentence, Bahrain would be the full stop at the end of it. And it's awesome, you know. I remember we was in a taxi and it was a Sudanese driver, right? Like that's funny. Sudanese driver, haha. Well, like I'm in there and I'm like chilling, you know, just, you know, enjoying the scenery, and the houses are amazing, you know? And they're huge. And the smallest house I saw was bigger than my whole country. And I'm just bewildered, right? I'm like, yo, these houses are awesome. Whose house is that? You know, that's like a mansion. That's a palace. That ain't no house. Whose mansion is that? Who lives over there? You know, and the driver's like, which house, Yazul? And I'm like, that one over there with all the blue lights. I was like, that's a cafeteria, ya hayawan. I guess a bunch of you were wondering, you know, the whole fingers thing and asba'i. It's not asaba, it's asba'i. And it ain't because I look like a fat pinky either. That's for reals. And Saudi's awesome. And what I like about it is that before coming over here, you don't have to think about if it's safe or not, if you're going to get mugged or killed, whatever, you know. But I recently came back from Rio. The real Rio, not Riyadh. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I was worried, you know, because you keep hearing about how dangerous it is. And people get mugged and people get killed. So I was like, I'm going to go and do a little bit of research. The whole Wikipedia, schmikipedia thing. And no information I got made me feel any better. It's got like the highest crime rate in the world. And not like theft, but homicide. Like straight up killers, man. So not only was I worried about getting robbed, I was worried about getting killed. Then robbed. Really? So I'm like, fine, you know, I was traveling with my capoeira instructor, you know, he's Brazilian. I was like, yo, dude, you know, I just got an iPhone, and should I take it with me or take one of them crap Nokias, you know? And he said, it's no problem, man, you can bring your iPhone. You know, I'm taking mine. I said, really? Are you not afraid to, you know, bring your iPhone? Aren't you afraid someone's gonna steal it or something? He said, no, man, no one's gonna steal your iPhone. Just put it in your pocket. I said, well, what if it rings? He said, don't answer. Imagine me at a bus, just sitting down, you know, and the phone starts ringing. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it's just ringing and ringing and ringing, and I'm trying to you know, pick up the thing, and when it finally stops ringing, that means I know I got it. And I'm like, hello? Hello? Huh? What? Yeah, I'm not talking to my schlong. But hello? What's that sound? My underwear just ripped. Why can you hear my underwear ripping? You must have really good ears. It was nuts, man. Like, Brazil's awesome. I guess some of you are wondering how the beaches in Brazil were. That's beaches, B-E-A-C-H-E-S. That little kid got it. He's not a kid, I apologize, ma'am. He's a little man. But like, the beaches in Brazil were awesome. Like, really, really, really cool. But it was a bit of a challenge for me, because it's very difficult being Arab on a Brazilian beach. Scratch that, you know, like, Brazil is, like, after going to a beach in Brazil, I now know what the Saudi men feel like in a shopping mall in Bahrain. And I got, you know, Saudi family, like my mother's half Saudi. And you should hear some of the stuff my cousins say when I come over, you know? But like, it was very, very difficult. It was very hard being Bahraini on a Brazilian beach. Because you got to spend most of your time trying to hide yourself. And you get girls walking up to you like, hey, why are you not to be playing volleyball with us at the beach? I'm like, nothing, just enjoying the scenery. Check out that mountain over there. Let's go swimming. You want to go swimming? Let's go swimming. As long as I'm waist deep, I'm all right. That little kid's laugh kills me. I'm on your side. What does your shirt say? Old Navy. No, it should be Young Navy, man. But like, it's awesome. And I love traveling. I really like traveling, as most of you probably do. But I'm glad I drove over here, because I hate flying. I really do, with a passion. Hate it. Not because I'm afraid of flying, or the whole Arab terrorist thing. It's because I hate having to walk through first class, and then business class, to get to my shit class in the back. With no leg space whatsoever. I'm in the airplane sitting like this. And you try to fall asleep, you try to rest your head on the window, and then you mess around and dream, go pop, 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 pop. It's just annoying, you know? And there's always that guy in first class, sitting down with no worry in the world, just chilling, with a clearly first class glass, sipping away, reading the paper, watching whatever movie, enjoying a meal, and just looking at you as you're walking by, you know? That long walk of shame. You try to get there as fast as you can, just so they don't recognize how cheap you are. And this guy's just sitting there going, ha ha, ha, what a wonderful day to be flying first class. So like, here's what I do to try to make myself feel better, you know, and I hope that some of you guys would try it too, because it really works. Is that I walk real slow, and I fart all the way. Just straight up fart, like, you know, and if you can't control your flatulence, try to eat as many cheeseburgers before you get on the plane, and just hold your butt cheeks like this. Until you get to the plane and you walk into first class, you're like, what a wonderful day to be flying first class. And then when you're done walking, you can easily turn around and say, well, enjoy all the movies you can watch, all the food you can have, and the smell of my ass 15 hours. I'm just playing. It's just me, Bahraini being Bahraini. You know, we Bahrainis complain a lot. It's very difficult to satisfy us. We're hard to please. It's a fact of nature. It's a fact of life. You know, like you take us to a cinema, it'd be like a 2-hour film, right? Or whatever, like a long film, a good film. Like Avatar. You guys like Avatar? Yeah, it's like giant Smurfs. And you know, you'd be sitting down and they're watching the movie, and then by the time the movie's done, you'd be like, yo, how was the movie? You'd be like, man, it was a great movie, but it was so long, dude. My back went out halfway through. I can't be sitting down in a chair all day. And then you take the same guy to an 1.5-hour movie, you'd be like, yo, how was the movie? You'd be like, dude, it was all right, but I barely sat down and the credits was rolling up. You know, I took a buddy of mine to a buffet, right? I got paid, finally. And I took him out to a buffet. To a hotel, to Gulf Hotel, if you know about it. And it cost me like 30 dinars, that's like 300 riyals, right? And I'm there thinking, this guy is finally gonna, you know, be cool with me and is gonna stop talking, you know, all the crap about how cheap I am and stuff. And I got him the thing, and we're there, and you got all the Italian food in the world, all the Japanese food, Indian food, chicken makhani, al-harakat kullaha. Yeah, he walks right up to the food, and he's like looking at it and chilling and, you know, clearly trying to decide what he's going to eat. And then he just goes, خل شحلة ما في سمبوسة. احنا مساكين في البحرين يعني احنا بسمبوسة سمبوسة جبن. I don't mess around with no veggie sambusas, none of that. You know what I really like about being in Bahrain? Well, like, I'm waiting for an answer. What? The Filipinos. And I say it with a straight face, because I really like it, you know, I love them. You know, they crack me up. And it's like, they're like Persians, in a way. Because they confuse the feminine and the masculine. Like, if you're talking to a Filipino person about someone else, you know, and you're not referring to that other person by name, you don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, I'm at the gym, right? And the receptionist, her name's Ruby. And she's a diamond in the rough. And she's there and she goes, Ali! Mr. Ali! Mr. Ali, she's calling you! Mr. Ali, she's calling you! Who's calling me? That guy! What? She's calling you, Ali! She's calling you on the BlackBerry, and every time she's calling you on the BlackBerry and you don't answer back, she said very, very bad things about you. I'm like, whoa, what's she saying about me? She's saying you're very, very bad in the sack. Who's saying I'm bad in the sack? That guy! That just kills me. I was at Subway one time, right, with my cousin, and I wasn't hungry. So I'm just standing there by the thing, and the guy, he was a very flamboyant Filipino. One of them. And then he's looking at me, he goes, and what would you like to have, sir? I'm like, nothing, I'm not hungry today, you know, we just take his order. But why? You're on diet? Like, no, dude, I'm just not hungry. But how come you're on diet? You're so, you know, thin, you have a very, 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 very nice body. You're so sexy, you don't need diet. Like, are you coming on to me, man? No, I'm just saying you're thin. What about your friend? What would you like to have, sir? And my cousin is like 6'2", right? And he goes, give me a 12-inch tuna sandwich and meatballs and all the cheese you can give me. But how come 12-inch, 1 foot? What's this? I forgot the order. How come you're not on a diet like your cousin? And my cousin's like, are you calling me fat? And he goes, no, not totally. Not absolutely. They're awesome, you know, like, my favorite Filipino is this guy I work with. I work in a music company, right? And this guy's just chilling next to me, and he's always coming up to me since I started doing comedy. He's trying to ask me like the stupidest questions in the world, right? Not because he's a retard, but like he's just trying to, you know, get me like thinking about things. And he just comes up to me, and when people ask me stupid questions, expect stupid answers. And he goes, hey, Mr. Fingerz, Ali Fingerz, you're a 25-year-old professional comedian. How come you're so short? I'm like, I'm afraid of heights. but you're not just short, you're so tiny. How come you're so tiny? I'm like, I came in a Happy Meal. My parents ordered a Macarabia 25 years ago. I was the toy. Let me ask you a question, I said. How come Filipino women are never seen with Filipino men? I've seen it with white guys, I've seen it with black guys, I've seen it with my uncles. Is it because you're tiny? Guys, thank you very much. You've been great.
The incredible Mr. Ali Fingerz! You still got energy left in you, huh? You will need to dissipate.
Just a little bit to get me back across the border.
Well, the first ever Bahraini comedian to take part in the show. You'll always have that title.
Thank you very much.
That's an incredible title. Round of applause for just that one fact. Thank you very much. And what you may not know is that Fingerz is... Do you like to be called Ali or Fingerz or what?
Well, it depends on what time it is.
Really? About now.
And who's watching?
Okay, well, I'd like to know you as Fingerz if I can. And Fingerz is actually quite a good martial artist and also a hip-hop rap artist, and you do it all.
I do hip-hop, I do comedy, and I do Muay Thai and Capoeira.
What do you do for a living?
I try to juggle all of them together.
All of them together, and somehow you make
it's an economic recession. We gotta do what we gotta do to make a bite to eat.
I enjoyed actually your aircraft humor. There's so much when you go flying and everything, isn't there? And did you know that Air India, actually this week, in honor of Women's International Day, they flew an all-female crew on an airplane. Can you believe that? All-female.
That's awesome. Was the pilot female as well?
I'm telling you, all-female crew, including the pilots.
I thought the pilot would have been the luckiest guy on earth.
No, it was definitely a woman.
But then International Women's Day. Like, how did they come up with that date? You know, like, did all the women in the world gather around and say, right, we're going to take this day for us?
And they agreed it, yes. Because the men would never be able to agree that day, would they? True. Correct. But I actually have an uncle. You talked about traveling in class. I can't say the word. And I actually have an uncle, and he's always used to travel at the back of the plane. I said, Uncle, why do you always insist on traveling on the very last seat? I said, he goes to me, Beta, tell me, when is the last time you hear of an aircraft reversing into a mountain? Huh? Tell me. So he wants a good chance of survival in case that happens.
He's a very wise man.
Very wise man indeed. So your first trip over here, how have you liked the Eastern Province? Is it nice place?
I'm loving Aramco. I mean, I haven't been around all over it because it's going to take me about 3 or 4 days. And like I said, you know, the whole ID thing. But I really like this place. It's awesome. Yeah, Aramco. I really...
You got used to all the rules and regulations? You're driving to speed limits and parking in the right way?
I got to learn how to drive first.
This is the place to do it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And I hear your dad has come with you, and he's in
My
the
dad
audience
is like
today.
sitting someplace over here.
Wave, Dad. Where are you sitting? There you
right
go.
there,
He's
right
dad
there.
up there.
You can see the bald head shining under the light.
Actually, I gotta let you into a secret. I dropped your dad back to the hotel last night. We had a nice chat. And he goes, I go to Ali's events, and his mother and we give him suggestions after his act.
I'm not as retarded as I look. It's all their work.
Did you always listen to your father's suggestions, or
No, this is how I got this far.
Okay, Ali, it's an absolute pleasure to have you in our show.
Thank you so much.
Please come back. Please come back.
Definitely.
Thank you. All right, all the best. Ali Fingerz.